Wirt County High School placed third in the 12th annual No School Spirits PSA contest hosted by the West Virginia Alcohol Beverage Control Administration. The contest works to help spread awareness about the consequences of consuming alcohol. When the students learned their PSA titled "You Booze, You Lose" took number 3 spot, group leader Sophie Awan said it came as an unexpected shock.
I was a little shocked. I usually think less of the things that I work on, like you are your worst critic, so I wasn't really thinking it'd be that great, but it ended up, so I was pretty shocked.
During the school assembly Thursday, Awan said that they decided to do their project on drunk driving as a prevention method, informing students now so the future numbers can decrease.
Working to create this PSA was important to me because I feel it is an issue that needs addressed. Drunk driving is one of the most commonly committed crimes in the United States. By informing students of the dangers now, we aim to change these numbers in the future.
Wirt County Superintendent John McCown said he was both thrilled and proud of the work that the students and their teacher, Mr. Doc Benson, had done on this project and ones that had come before this.
I was thrilled for our students and for Doc Benson's class that participated in that, but I wasn't terribly surprised because they've done an outstanding job on several different projects this year, and in subsequent years past. Doc Benson does a terrific job working with the kids.
Third place received $1,000, which will go towards getting studio equipment and a field trip for the media students. You can find the top 5 for this year's contest and a link to their projects in our online article at WTAP.com. In Elizabeth, I'm Jason Livia with WTAP News.